over beach lounge. That's the sound of comfort zones breaking. Excuses shaking. And greatness waking the hell up. This ain't hype, this is healing with heat. This is breaking old cycles and landing on your feet. We don't chase, we align, we don't wait, we just...
Hey, welcome to Talk and Toast, the podcast where we name the problem and toast to the solution. I am your host, Coach G, and this space is powered by Provoke Change. And here we believe that honesty doesn't have to be harsh to be real. Now, if you're listening to this episode while you're winding down for the evening, sipping your favorite drink, or stealing a moment of peace between doing it all, sis, I see you. This space is for you. And today we're exploring the weight of strength, not the kind that inspires admiration, but the kind that is quietly exhausting you. And more importantly, we're toasting to the power of softness. So get settled in, get comfortable, because it's about to get real. Now, sis, let's just keep it a buck real quick, okay? Because our strength wasn't a choice. It was like some type of default. For some of us, it started really early. Maybe you were the oldest daughter, so that made you automatically the second mama. Maybe you were the strong one, like me, the strong friend, the one that everybody dumped their problems on. Or maybe you were just the one who noticed when things were about to pop off and learned to fix it quick. That was also me. But let's be clear about something. This wasn't weakness, this was strategy. You learned that if you were capable, you got praise. You also learned that if you were reliable, you got approval. But if you were emotional, at, at any point, you heard, girl, stop all that crying. So we adapted. We became the I got it girls, the don't worry about me crew, and the I'll handle it committee. But somewhere along the way, we forgot how to put the armor down and show up for ourselves. So the cost of the I got it energy is the part that we don't say enough about being strong all the time and how tiring it is. And I'm not talking about the regular tired. No, not the tired where I need to take a nap. I'm talking about why my shoulders up to my ears kind of tired. Why I clench my jaw in my sleep type of tired. Why I feel resentful but don't even know who to be mad at type of tired. And the wild part is we get praised while we're depleted. Like somebody will say, "Ooh, you such a strong black woman." Right. But meanwhile, on the inside, we're thinking, I don't want to be strong for anybody today. I want to be soft. I want to be taken care of. But what do? We keep going because stopping feels dangerous. Mm. What if things fall apart? What if they realize we're not invincible? What if they treat us like we're human? Sis, that's fear talking. And I'm going to need you to reel it in because strength becomes self abandonment. And let's get real clear that there is a difference between resilience and disappearing. There is a difference between being dependable and being invisible to yourself. I had to learn this, and it took me quite some time to learn it, grasp it, understand that concept because it became so ingrained into who I am. And at some point, that strength stopped serving me. It's not serving you. And it does start to cost you. Like I said, I had to learn this the hard way. So one day I was sitting on my couch exhausted. And I realized I didn't even know what I liked anymore. I was so busy being strong that I forgot who I was underneath. Does that sound familiar? If you nod in your head, understand. I know. Yeah, I thought it would. Because softness isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. It is realizing that you don't have to earn rest and you don't have to justify ease. I am guilty of not resting. I'm guilty for always being on the go, for my children especially, wanting to make sure everything is okay. It was working out. It was proper. It was in alignment, showing up for people. Ah, it was tough, y'all. It was tough. But what softness looks like in real life, and again, the part of my learning, a part of my growth, is saying no without a dissertation. No is a full sentence. You don't have to have a backstory. You don't have to have apologies. Just say no, nah, ain't happening. Whatever it is, no. And that's the full sentence, full statement. Sometimes it means leaving things unfinished. That email, it can wait. That chore, it'll be there tomorrow. Now, don't get it twisted. I know that we like our houses to be clean. We like things to be orderly. We don't want to let things go too far undone or unkept or anything. But believe me, it'll be there. Take the moment for yourself. Softness also looks like choosing comfort over approval. Wearing the loose clothes, eating the food you actually want, letting your body be without critique. That was a hard one for me. I am my biggest critic, not just based on my body, but the things that I do, how I show up in the world, my hair, my makeup, the way that I talk, the way that I dress. I am my biggest critic. But I had to learn that I am me. And I can't always be on. There are some days where it's okay to be off. And I don't mean off for me, off for the rest of the world. I don't have to be turned on for everybody. I should be able to show up authentically as I am without judging myself for not showing up in the world the way that people expect me to, want me to. I have to have, like, you can choose your comfort over approval. And it's not about being lazy, it's about being aligned. It's about remembering that you are not a machine, you are a person. You are a person that needs to be loved and feel loved, even if it's not from the outside world. Loving on yourself, having a beautiful relationship with yourself, filling in the gaps and just allowing yourself to just snuggle up on your couch or lay across your bed, light the candles, pop on your favorite movie, listen to the music. Like, literally, it is okay to come into your personhood. It is okay to not run like a machine because, again, you're not. I realized that softness for so long has been misunderstood, especially for us. I got tired of the strength affecting my nervous system, that my muscle memory just was holding on to, that the fact that I had to be always on the go and that I couldn't take a nap and that I couldn't rest. The armor became too familiar. And after a while, I honestly forgot what I was protecting myself from. I had to restructure and unlearn poor habits. I had to become okay with taking that nap in the middle of the day. I got tired of having this quiet grief about everything. And you know what? To be 100% honest, we don't always realize that we're tired until our body forces us to have the conversation. But you know what? Softness felt really risky for me. And I'm sure that it felt risky for some of you. Like if we had let our guard down, something would be taken, or we couldn't afford tenderness unless everything else was handled first. And I know for me, that is just all too familiar. I kept pushing, I kept showing up, I kept being the reliable one. And nobody really questioned it because I made it look so easy. And I'm pretty sure you can relate to some part of that. Even if it looked tough or somebody said, "Hey, you look a little tired. But girl, you got this. I know you, girl, you got this. You don't you good." And you're not imagining how tired you are, but you won't give yourself that space. And there's a reason your body has been whispering or even yelling for something different. It's because you need to pause and reflect as to, when did your strength stop serving you? You have to figure out where it became where you almost were in a rat race or a hamster wheel, or like you weren't really thriving. You were now just kind of going through the motions, right? When the strength that you carry is the only version of you that feels welcome, and then it stops being empowering. That you're only valued if you're holding it all together. That's inconvenient. That's not a understood softness. And I know that I unspokenly learned to abandon myself preemptively. And that happens a lot. And we learn to silence our needs before someone else can dismiss them. So now we don't have to deal with the defeat of someone dismissing our needs or what we want. We just go ahead, dismiss them first, handle everything and everyone around us, and we just keep going. But today, we are provoking that we make some changes to solving that problem. I want you to know that softness is not a fragility. Softness is not a weakness, and softness is not laziness. Softness is regulating our nervous system. Softness is discernment. Softness is choosing ease without apology. It is choosing the comfort over approval. It is saying that full sentence no. It is leaving things unfinished. Softness also says, I don't need to prove my worth through exhaustion. You can rest without announcing it. You can do whatever is necessary for you to do for you. It's not about surrender. It is the wisdom to know that you are going to overexhaust yourself if you do not take the time. Reframing your softness is very beautiful, but it has to live in real life. Otherwise, it just stays aspirational. Oh, I'm going to live the soft girl life. Oh, I'm going to do this. Sometimes we wait for people, especially in relationships, for people to show up for us to live that soft girl life. No, 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 no. It starts with you. It starts with you choosing peace. It starts with you choosing what your life is going to look like from this day forward. Not having to show up for everybody, not always having to say yes, not always having to be there. Like, who's there for you? And you can start to say, I am there for me. So I want to share with you what softness actually looks like from day to day. Because again, it has to live in real life, sis. So your softness, again, may look like leaving it unfinished. It may be speaking gently to yourself when you make a mistake, because we are human. We have to give ourselves grace. We're not going to get it right all the time. It might look like releasing the belief that you have to be turned on to be loved. Softness isn't about being unprepared. It's about being present. It's about being in the moment. And you don't need permission for that. And if nothing else, I hope that you feel a little less braced than when you started. You don't have to do this all at once. You want to know why? Because it didn't come all at once. Know that you're not failing because you're tired. Know that you're tired because you've been strong for too long without release. So I want to toast to the women that are unlearning survival as a personality trait. I want to toast to the tenderness that doesn't need to hide. Toast to the rest that isn't earned through suffering. Toast to the women that understand that I have to show up for me, for me. You don't owe the world your exhaustion. You don't owe the world your never ending turned on. I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there, I'm there. You owe you a peaceful night's rest. You owe you the soft girl life. Being able to just let your mind, let your body, let your nervous system, let your muscle memory relax. Know that I am cheering for you, sis. Know that you got this without question. Know that you can do it for yourself. And you don't have to wait for somebody else to show up in your life for it to happen. You don't have to wait for your children to get grown for it to happen. You don't have to wait for your friends to recognize that you're always turned on and that you need a break for it to happen. Sis, you got this. And make sure that you honor every part of you with grace, with love, with compassion, and with vulnerability. On the next episode, we're diving into how to stay soft in a world that expects performance. If this episode met you where you are, I want you to share it with someone who needs to hear that softness is safe again. Until next time, put the armor down. Tell the truth about where you are and toast to the version of you that finally gets to breathe. This has been Talking Toast, powered by Real Talk and Sister Girl Truth. We'll save you a seat the next episode.